Howdy there, folks, and welcome to another Let's Explore. We'll be exploring the realm of Diablo for the PC. Now, I believe they did make a Diablo on PlayStation, but we're just not gonna fucking even talk about that, because like all ports from PC to PlayStation, it was complete dog shit. The original Diablo 1 box here. It has a flip cover with some nice pictures on it. Mine's seen a little wear and tear over the many years. This was released quite a long time ago. I'm not sure. 1995, yes. Learning your Diablo lore. Embark if you dare on a quest to destroy the Lord of all evil. For some reason I have two player books that came with the game. Not sure why. If any of you want one, go ahead and email me. My good friend Chris Best actually got this tattoo on his back. His doesn't look this cool, but it's close. This is a pretty in-depth manual. Goes over the lore, the different options of the game, the different character classes, some of the monsters. This is the original Diablo 1 CD. Still in perfect condition. Destroy the Lord of all evil. This is where it all started, folks. Blizzard made this game and became a fucking tyrant of evil that would soon become World of Warcraft and everything to follow. But this is back when everyone loved him. This is the official strategy guide. Now, yes, of course, you don't really need a strategy guide for Diablo, but this kind of goes over the different tips and tricks, the different types of abilities your characters get at different levels. Just cool stuff. Good to have as a collector, just to complete my Diablo collection. That is made by Prima, made this one. And of course we also have the other bullshit. Order information and enjoying a free hotel night in hell. Alright, take a look at Diablo 2. Alright, before we go to Diablo 2, we have to go over Hellfire. The official, unofficial expansion by Sierra for Diablo. This is the only authorized Diablo expansion pack. Those of you who played Diablo know damn well about this. Stoked by the forges of Hellfire, burns the first and only authorized expansion of Diablo universe. This fiery new tale finds you face to face with the evil of Na-Krul. Once the servant of Diablo, now this hideous demon plans to depose his master as the Lord of all evil. In this all-new single-player mission, you alone must ascend into the new levels of danger, exploring never-before-seen depths of savage brutality. Gain new weapons, powers, and strengths in an attempt to defeat the demon Na-Krul. Then, if you live, battle an even stronger Diablo than ever before. This expansion came out in 1997. Didn't come with much but the game CD. And then some literature here on just business reply and a little Hellfire disclaimer and how it's not supported by Blizzard, so don't fucking call them about it. Alright, now let's take a look at the Diablo 2 Collector's Edition. Alright, on to the Diablo 2 Collector's Edition box. Many of you out there may not have ever seen this, may not have ever owned it. I'm here to show you all about it. It's a pretty big box. As far as stature to the Diablo 3 collectors, it's just about as tall. It's not near the quality of the box, but this is back when collector edition boxes were worth purchasing. Comes with a nice big flip open panel of the in-game graphics, showing all the classes there, and then kind of it goes over what all is included. We also have a numbered edition, which of course isn't showing up that great, but it's 45,852 out of 70,000 copies ever made. That's right, Gamehorder owns one of them, motherfucker. Wow, as far as the contents here, oh, this is kind of cool too. I also have the receipt. Looks like I paid $65, an additional $16 for the hint book. And this is at Electronic Boutique, by the way, back when it existed. This is on June 29th of 2000. So I bought this 12 years ago, pretty much to the date. Here we have the collector's edition book. It's a nice book, nice laminated cover, has copy signatures of all the creators in the back. It's black and white, but they're nice pages. They're semi-laminated, glossy, whatever you want to call them. Goes over the basics, different types of items, different types of spells. Your usual run-of-the-mill. We also have the collector's edition. Got a big, nice, fat crack in my case. Not that that can't be fixed. And we have the installed disc, the play disc, and the cinematics disc. Evil has survived. We have the Diablo 2 soundtrack that you get with the collector's edition. You didn't just see me do that. And we have the limited edition DVD, which just has, of course, the cinematics on DVD if you care to watch them on your television. Now, one of the cooler things that came with this collector's edition was the Diablo role-playing system. They even give you a Dungeon Master screen of sorts here that you can put up. Tells you about the different rules. They gave you a set of dice to use for the Diablo game. Let's use Dungeons and Dragons rule. This was the open. I think this is when D&D 3rd edition became open, or maybe this. I can't fucking remember. But anyways, you get a quest book. You get the rules book. You get character sheets for all the different characters. Strength, dexterity, constitution. They basically broke the Amazon down. The sorceress, barbarian. They have the monsters compendium back here with all the monsters from the Diablo game system. Let's see here, I can tell real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's hard to say. I don't see Thaco, so I'm assuming this is 3rd edition. That's when I made the conversion from Thaco to 3rd edition there. Also, they give you some map tiles here. You can actually take out the tokens and punch these out. These have never been punched. I've never actually played the game. But they give you lots and lots of different dungeon tile sets here that you can basically put together a nice little Diablo-esque type dungeon and battle. Now, of course, if you're not into the tokens, then we have the miniatures. That's right, Diablo Miniatures. Now, they didn't make it for every creature, obviously, and I haven't painted any of these yet. I probably will one day, and I'll do another follow-up video, but this is a goat man. You can't see really well. We have some kind of sorceress here. These are all the monsters. Here's a skeleton here. These are all the official Diablo monsters. Here's a big old demon that still needs to be glued and based and primed. And along with that, we have the heroes. This is the Diablo 2 Heroes Miniatures. This is the Paladin, the Barbarian. They're missing their arms and stuff because you have to put them together. There's the Sorceress, or whatever the fuck. That's the Necromancer, I believe, and this is the Amazon, who still needs her spear. So yeah, and they gave you a cool little Diablo 2 pewter skull to paint as well. So that's the miniatures. You can of course use those with the game. I'm not sure if they made any more sets of these. I just have these 2 boxes here. And we also have the Diablo 2 official strategy guide. Came with a nice holographic cover. Now this one was done by Brady, not Prima as the first one was. Still black and white, very in-depth, very thick. Again, you don't really need a clue book or a walkthrough for Diablo. It's pretty self-explanatory. But again, nice for a collector. It does have a nice little color section here that goes over the different skill trees for the Barbarian, the Amazon, the Necromancer, the Paladin, and the Sorceress. And a few screenshots in color just to get your penis wet. Alright, let's move on to the Diablo 2 expansion, Lord of Destruction. Alright, this is the Diablo 2 expansion set, the Lord of Destruction. They never made a collector's edition of this like they do now for every WoW expansion. They weren't such little marketing faggots back in the day. This was a brilliant expansion though, nonetheless. Unleash the fury of 60 new unique skills and spells as a stealthy assassin of the shape-shifting druid. So we got a couple new classes here. The first time ever, wage your never-ending quest in 800 by 600 resolution. Over a dozen new monsters, including the Overseers, Putrid Defilers, Reanimated Horde, as you fight your way through fortified battlements and kick the shit out of relentless siege engines. Wield thousands of new magical, unique, set, exceptional, and elite items and secure them in your expanded private stash. Nothing big here. Did come with a cool little Warcraft 3 fold-out poster. Then, of course, we have the disc and the expansion set manual and some other goodies. Manual is pretty basic, not as nice as the other ones. In fact, there's a big section that you just saw there in the middle that is nothing but blank pages for you to take notes. So, a little chintzier than we'd expect from Blizzard nowadays, but nonetheless, a brilliant expansion as far as gameplay goes. Last but not least, let's move on to the controversial Diablo 3. First, we'll take a look at the Diablo Standard Edition, which still costs $59.99, pretty unheard of in the day of PC gaming. I will say that even the Standard Edition box has a different feel to it than any other PC game box. It almost feels like, I don't know, aged leather or something. So, if you haven't felt the Diablo 3 Standard Edition box, it's pretty fucking impressive. Of course, you have a nice fold-out picture here. Great artwork that folds up into a book style. Panoramic type view here. Sorry about that. Which shows you the graphics, gets you all nice and wet at the GameStop store, and makes you want to run out of it fucking screaming like a little girl. Now, let's talk very briefly about the controversy about whether or not Diablo 3 is the shizzle for rizzle my nizzle or is it not. Every man has an opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Every man has one. A lot of people are bitching about the DRM, the only being online thing. I understand what Blizzard was doing as far as not wanting it to get hacked. Unfortunately, from what I hear, public servers are already being hacked. So, not sure if it was worth it in their way. I'm sure they did lose a lot of money. Do they give a fuck? No. They got more money than you or I will ever have. For every million people that hate on this game, you are replaced by 2 million that love it. Here's the Standard Edition CD. Of course, you don't even need to take it out. What's nice about Blizzard is you go create an account, as most of you all know, and you can always download the client without ever using your CD once you put that key in. This is the Standard Edition book. Nice full color. Blizzard did a really good job as far as presentation. It's not that big. It doesn't go into a whole lot of detail, just pretty much story and the characters. They give you these nice guest passes, which the thing that kind of pissed me off about guest accounts is you can't play with a full version person. So when I gave my girlfriend a guest pass to try out, she could only play by her fucking self because everyone else owns the game. You cannot mingle guest pass characters with actual purchased characters. Fucking stupid. And they gave you some Diablo notepad paper, you know, that you can wipe your ass with if you feel like it. Let's move on to the collector's edition here, and I'm going to do my best not to mess this box up. Let me show you what an avid collector the Game Hoarder is. Now you see before you two collector's edition boxes. Why two, Game Hoarder? Why two? Alright, this is the story. I pre-ordered this game 6 months ago like many people did. Ran to GameStop as soon as I could after work. Picked up my Diablo. The guy bagged it. Didn't even bother looking at it. Ran out of the store. Drove all the way home, 30 minutes. Got home, and this is what I see. Now you can't really see it too good, but there is some very bad denting here in the box corner. Some crazy amounts of creasing. And then there's also some damage down here to the bottom left. Now, I don't know about you, but I was pretty fucking pissed. At the point I noticed this, I had already torn the plastic off. GameStop does not take returns at that point. So, being the avid collector I am, I got on eBay and I bought a perfect box. I made sure the seller guaranteed 100% flawlessness in it. And I ended up paying another $30 for an empty Diablo collector box. So if anyone wants this, I don't know why you would. Maybe you do. It's a cool box. You open it up and the Diablo face is there. I don't know, maybe you want to take a shit in it. Maybe you want to just stick it on your shelf. If any of you want this, whoever's the first to email me, name, address, I'll send it to you. You just pay me shipping. You can have this fucking box. I have no need for it. I probably can't sell it because it's damaged. Anyways, this is my now perfect edition of the... Oh, I just damaged it. I got to buy another one. It's another $30. All right, let's start unpacking here. We get some more guest passes. We're not at all really too interested in those. We've seen those in the regular version. You get the Diablo 3 soundtrack. This one's still sealed. Probably not going to open that because you can, of course, digitally listen to it. You get the Diablo 3 game DVD and a little nicer DVD type case. That I did open because I needed my CD key off of the booklet. You also get the Collector's Edition Behind the Scenes DVD. Now, this is director's commentary, world design interviews, gameplay discussions, and character creation. Basically, they go around. This actually contains a Blu-ray and DVD combo, and it's over an hour of bonus features. So that's pretty nice for any collector that really wants to get into the Diablo mythos and really learn about the creators. This is the Art of Diablo. Again, I haven't opened it. Not sure if I will. That's just the way I am. But here's a sealed art book that comes with it. And then, of course, you get the backing that shows you everything. Last but not least, and probably the coolest thing about the Diablo Collector's Edition, the Diablo Skull. Now I'll bring this over into the light, maybe we can see it a little better. It's small, it's not as big as I'd hoped, but then again, I guess for the USB drive that you get with it to fit correctly, you couldn't have it too big. It is made out of nice PVC type stone, I guess. It's not like cheap plasticky like a lot of the stuff is. You also get the Soulstone flash drive, which comes with Diablo 2 and the expansion for Diablo 2 on there, and it snaps right in the Diablo Skull. It's actually got a little magnetic in there, so it fits in snug, doesn't fall out, doesn't wiggle. You can actually hear it click in there, and it is thrusted into the Lord of Destruction's fucking head. And it's got a nice little box that holds it as well. It's got a nice little cutout for it, and it's got a nice little embossed case that goes on top. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the Diablo games. Let's take a look at some of the Diablo extras I got. Walk on over here. I have a couple of the novels that I bought back in the day. They have plenty more out now. Some are even in hardback. These are the first three: Legacy of Blood, The Black Road, and The Kingdom of Shadow by Richard Knack and Mel Odom. They're actually really cool fucking books. If you're into reading, definitely check out these novels. They're not shit at all. And also we have the Book of Cain. Now this is a book that came out right before Diablo 3 was released. This is a great book. I got it off Amazon, cheaper than normal. This is all a 3D embossed cover. You can actually feel the skull coming from the book. The book has a very nice archaic look to it. Even the binding of the pages are kind of brittle. Looks very aged and weathered. It basically goes over all the lore of the different devils, creatures. It's kind of like a journal that Deckard Cain would have written. But it's very cool. It's well written. Definitely worth checking out if you're a big Diablo fan. That's the Book of Cain. Last but not least, just got this today, and I'm going to get in the dirt on it, is the Diablo 3 Limited Edition Strategy Guide. Again, you don't need a strategy guide for Diablo, unless you're a big collector. Now, I don't want to open this too much because I'm very picky, but one of the first things I noticed about this book that's awesome, that's not in the regular edition, is all the armor sets. And I mean, it shows you the barbarian and his baddest ass armor possible. I'm not sure because I got a shitty camera here, but I just want to show you that Lug Lug needs this fucking armor. It's called the Archon theme armor. And basically you look like a hulking demon lord minotaur motherfucker with it on. That's basically him fully equipped with it. Shit is badass. Badass. So the himp looks really good. Comes with several hundred pages. You also get this really cool bookmark with it. This is a metal Diablo bookmark that comes with it. I haven't taken it out yet. Probably won't. So anyways, that's it for my Diablo collection, and let's explore Diablo to its fullest. Stay tuned for more Diablo Let's Plays with 4-player action and with some girlfriend one-on-one action. That'd be 2-player action for those that can't add. And also stay tuned for some Arcanum coming next week. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Gamehoarder out. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Found some more in the Diablo 2 stash. Also have, whoa, hey girl. Also have Diablo 2 Barbarian figurine. These came out back when you were just a little spermy in your daddy's sack. And yeah, that's the Barbarian figure. This is the Unraveler figure. These are still mint in the package, as you can see. I can't remember when these came out, and I'm not sure if they ever made any figures after that. There's just a set of 3 here, and it came with Diablo. Diablo's the only one I took out of the package because he was getting really pissed at me, and he threatened to send me to hell when I died if I didn't take him out of the package. And then last but not least, I forgot the Steel Series Barbarian Diablo 3 mouse pad. They'll actually only ship this to you if you're a bad motherfucker like me, so don't even go out and try to get one. Figured I'd show this to you as well. This is a Diablo Mongoose paint gun that I have, that I had painted specifically to the Diablo scheme. As you can see, it's got a nice red to black fade back to red because the powers of hell are actually withheld inside this gun. Also, it's got an LCD for the output of how many paintballs are left, and takes nitrogen, so I can kill all you motherfuckers from 2 miles away. Don't try me on the field, bitch.